Ladies, when you meet like a very strong, high quality man, and he's got all his ducks in a row, and he's focused. The man's got solid concentration. He's going somewhere. He's got his vision. He's got his goals straight. He's got a certain routine to his day. And you come into his life, and he makes the time, whether it's small or big, doesn't matter how much time he gives you, and you expect him to compromise anything that's in his priority list of things to do that's going to get him to where he wants to be, and that is a representation of who he is and what he stands for. If you expect him to compromise even 1% and you meet a strong man, you're going to lose. And you're going to lose that man too. Because of high 100%. Quality, because of, like, you know me, there is no compromise. No. And then some people will say, oh, but it's a relationship. Like, there's no.
But see, she had a choice. You set the standards and the boundaries from the get-go.
From the get-go.
And women, this is what you got to understand. You wouldn't do that. Well, that's why you're not with them. In the beginning, all that stuff is talked out. We set boundaries in the beginning. This is what we're looking for. This is where we're at. This is where we're going. Here's our rules of engagement. You either abide by them or not. Well, that's not fair. Well, then life isn't fair.
It's not about fair. You also have a certain routine too.
And you benefit tremendously.
And I don't want, and here's the thing too. If you got things going on that's not scandalous, I don't want to be your number one priority. I want to be your number 2, number 3, number 4 priority, whether you got children, whether you got other things in your routine, whether it's part of working out, whether you got a business. I don't want to be on your number 1 priority list. Just like you won't be part of my number 1 priority list. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Like my number 1 priority if you were to become my partner, you should want my number 1 priority to be all the things that I'm driving towards to get to where I want to be in life, because you're going to be a part of that. And if you expect your man to make any compromises that even deviates him slightly from that plan, you're getting X'd.
Boom, gone.
It's that simple. And I think part of why men have lost their masculinity is not just because they're being emasculated by women that are making their men compromise. Man, you also can't be compromising what the fuck you stand for. Like, be a fucking man.
Right.
Like,
don't be afraid to say no.
Before you go into a relationship, if you stand for certain things and certain codes, and you run your life a certain way, and you meet an amazing woman and you compromise, guess what? There's already a level of respect that's been lost.
And 2 things to that. I told her this. I choose to be with you. I don't need you.
Right.
Because she, at one point, and I'm not talking bad about her, it takes time to work through the grooves in the beginning.
We all do.
But she kind of stepped out of pocket, my terminology. I'm like, you know what? Let me tell you something. I choose to be with you. I don't need to be with you. So if I don't have peace in my life, it's not going to work. And she, blah, blah, blah. Hey,
at first they don't get that. At first they take offense to, what do you mean you don't need, like, why would I, would you want to be with a man? Here's the thing, then I flip, like, would you want to be with a man that needs you? Do you want a needy man? Do you want a man that's going to be clingy?
No,
Like, of course you don't want a man.
Dangerous, aggressive, successful man. Not aggressive towards you, but towards life.
Right.
Attack it. Go slay the fucking dragon like you talk about. Come back bloody and bruised, and your wife is there, your girlfriend's there, and she loves you. And you know what? You benefit, ladies. You benefit tremendously. Why is that so hard to figure out?
Again, the concept and idea of traditional values of what our roles are have been lost. Even if you're not with a man that makes lots of money and you both got to go work, you still can't lose sight of what his role is and what your role is. It doesn't matter who's making how much money. If you both got to go to work, like, allow the man to be the man, of course, as long as he's willing to step up to the plate.
Right.
And you be the woman too. Like, you guys still have to have your roles, because that's what creates a successful relationship long term. Like, I'll tell you one thing, like, for the last like 15 years, anytime I meet an elderly couple that's 70, 80, 90 years old, when they're together, the first thing I do is ask, how long you guys been married? Oh, like 80 years. And my first thing is, congratulations. I shake both their hands. And I say, what's your guy's secret? They're like, there's no secret. And I'm like, so how do you have you guys lasted this long? She says, well, I've always taken care of him when he's needed, and he's always protected me. And we always communicate.
Wow.
We don't go to bed without communicating. And I was like, is there anything else? They're like, no, that's it. They're like, it's a shame that we're seeing so many people and so many divorces and people don't communicate anymore. The woman doesn't want to take care of her man. The man doesn't want to protect his woman. Like, both sides are all fucked up.
They are.
And I'm like, there's no argument. I'm like, well said.
Wow.
And every married couple that's been married 60, 70, 80 years says the exact same thing to me. And I make a point. I'll go out of my way and just ask a random old couple that.
And there's the data. There's the data right there. They say, where do you get this information from? There it is.
Go talk to old couples.